Tonight we're hearing from the mother of a man declared missing in Myrtle Beach.
This is not like our son. He would not just disappear without a trace. He just wouldn't.
Home like arrived.
Not knowing where her son is or if he's okay, she's living a mother's worst nightmare.
I'm worried that he is hurt. It's the not knowing. It's the nightmare in all this. I'm worried that someone is hurting. I just beg the public to keep us in your prayers because, you know, God is the only one that's going to get us all through this.
Every suspect accused of a crime has the right to remain silent. Many agree to be interrogated anyway, but they can stop the interview at any moment, making it a race against time. Justice hangs in the balance.
Christopher Bowling's mother contacted the Myrtle Beach Police Department because even though he was 25 years old, Chris was the sort of person who got in touch with his mother fairly frequently, but he didn't make any contact for 5 or 6 days. He stopped showing up at work. It got to the point where several people were concerned.
Chris's mom, she was just extremely emotional and convinced that something bad had happened to Chris.
Shortly after police received the phone call, they checked local hospitals. No hits on the hospitals. They went to his apartment, knocked several times. No answer at the apartment. They had no leads. It's like he had just vanished.
Marissa shared with us that Chris was from Tennessee, but moved to Myrtle Beach because his son, who was 2 at the time, lived in Myrtle Beach, and he wanted to be closer to his son. She told us that on July 28th, Chris was supposed to have their son, and that she had not heard from him. She said that was very out of character and unlike him, that he was always reliable when it would come to meeting with his son. And she was extremely worried about Chris. There was no activity after the late evening of the 27th. We still weren't sure if there was some kind of foul play, but we all felt that something bad had happened to Chris.
Chris was my best friend. He would even tell people, I'm a mama's boy, you know. He had a big heart. He loved his sisters. With the youngest one, when she was born, Chris called her his baby, and he was very protective of her. He was so special and so gifted. He became passionate in rapping at the age 14, 15, somewhere around in there. I mean, to hear him spit those lyrics out like he did, it's unreal. Chris had ambition, perseverance. As he got older, he was wanting to be a producer. He would make beats for other kids out there that wanted to go into that type of music. When he went missing, I felt like I'm in a nightmare and I'm never going to wake up. I keep looking at my phone, hoping that he would text or call. I was praying that Chris was alive.
July 27th is not only the last day Christopher Sky Bowling was officially seen in Myrtle Beach, but it's also the last day Kelly Simmerly says she heard from her sons.
We want answers. We want to know where our son is.
We are speaking with Tyler Panzarella.
You actually said it?
How long have you known Chris?
Not too long.
He advised that he did not know Chris very well, that he had met Chris through a mutual friend.
And so his son and stuff is here, so he was asking me, he's like, hey, I want to come down to Myrtle Beach and everything. Could you help me out and let me stay with you? I'll pay you rent or whatever. And I was like, yeah, no problem.
And then Tyler told us that Chris decided to come down here with his two friends from back home as well, Bailey and Nick. Once they arrived, Bailey and Nick also asked, hey, can we also stay with you for some time? And he agreed, yes, they all could stay there temporarily.
So last time I heard from him, I think it was like the 26th, 27th, I believe it was. And then he just kept talking about like this girl he was talking about and going to like North Carolina with her. Okay,
Who's the girl, do you know?
I have no idea. I don't know the specific name. And then, like, didn't answer my phone calls or nothing, anything, nothing at all.
Do you have Bailey and Nick's numbers?
Yeah.
Tyler said that after Chris went missing, Nick and Bailey had moved back to Tennessee.
Tyler didn't seem nervous, but the information he was sharing that Chris would all of a sudden run off with a girl as much as he cared about his son, it didn't make sense. And there was a gut feeling that things weren't adding up and that something was wrong.
Nick Henry said that he had not spoken to Chris since the end of July and that he had basically left Myrtle Beach to be with a girl. Again, it was just more of the same story that just didn't make any sense to us. Something just wasn't right.
Detectives delved into his Snapchat, found a couple posts that he had made the day that he went missing. He had posted a full-body selfie where you could see what he was wearing. The shoes he was wearing were some blue Jordans.
We learned that Chris was actually making plans to stay in Myrtle Beach. He was in the process of getting his own apartment. He had posted on social media on the 27th showing that apartment complex. That contradicted what we had learned from Tyler and Nick as far as him leaving town with a girl.
We were very suspicious of Tyler, so we had a cadaver dog come and be on scene during the search warrant.
The cadaver dog that was brought in actually alerted inside the apartment. Between the living room and the master bedroom, that was a location that Chris was known to sleep at.
And when the dog got to the area, it positively alerted for human remains.
Speaking to the people that, are in charge of those dogs, they said it could have been something as simple as some kind of trace evidence or something being carried from clothing or from the shoes and that kind of stuff to the apartment. So at that point, we are transitioning from this missing persons case to now we're having direct evidence of a homicide occurring.
Hey, Tyler, how you doing? Good. I'm Detective Eddie. This is Detective Whitmire. You mind if we step in and talk to you?
Our game plan was to start non-confrontational and kind of let him run the interview at that point.
All you're signing for is that I read you your rights and you understand those rights.
Then after we get his statement on video, we would start questioning the inconsistencies and make it more of an interrogation.
What day was the last time you saw Chris?
26 or 27.
So what was the circumstance around that? Like,
it was his mom. He said he was leaving, and then Nick was like, "Oh, I think he's just going with that girl and spending the night."
So I mean, like, you guys inside when he's like packing up his stuff? Like, what's
I was leaving because I went to go to my friend Devin's house on Caroline Forest.
Anybody else go with you guys?
Yeah, Nick and Bailey went with me to Devin's.
Did you guys hang around till you saw him leave, or you guys just dropped him off?
Just dropped him off. Like the back of the parking lot. That's when he was just gone.
Now he's locked himself into the story. Then that's when we decided to transition to the interrogation, asking direct questions and being able to verify whether he's been caught in a lie.
I think he was talking to Nick about it. I didn't talk to him at all. We're all grown men, so we all do our own thing.
You know, originally we were kind of helping the missing persons division, okay? At this point, I mean, we think that something happened to Chris. And we're obviously talking to you because you're one of the last people that saw him, okay? This is the important part, okay, for you to basically be 100% truthful and just listen to him for a second, okay? To tell us everything you know, okay? Because we think something happened here, possibly an accident, okay? And we think you know something about it. We've been in investigation for a long time. The Myrtle Beach Police Department has not solved an investigation like this since 2000, okay? 20 years. So what do you think?
What I was saying, that's 100% truthful. You know what I mean? I haven't seen him since then.
I'll tell you right now, I mean, when we came into the search warrant, we had a cadaver dog come. The dog alerted to possible deceased person in your apartment.
That doesn't make sense. Did it where? Did he alert? Or like where? Is it just like in general? Just like...
What I'm trying to do, I mean, I'm not playing games with you. If you're,
I'm not either.
I know. I know. What I'm saying is, I'm trying to give you every opportunity to basically tell us anything additional you may have. We need to know now because later on, when we put the puzzle together, which we're going to do, we're not going to have this conversation. Does that make sense?
You could tell Tyler was getting a little nervous.
It's at that point he realizes that his story's falling apart. So he has an option, and the option is to change his story or tell the truth.
I don't know specific dates. I was drinking that night. Like, it was just like little arguments, like over stupid stuff.
Have you ever had a weapon?
It was a 9mm, but it went missing whenever Nick left. When he left to Tennessee.
Do you think that Nick or Bailey would be capable of doing something to Chris?
I wouldn't say Bailey. I mean, just from like the way Nick talks and carries himself, like maybe. Nick scares me. Okay, if I would be really honest, like truthfully, like this one, like freaks me out. And so like he like said weird stuff about, or basically like that he might have done something. And that just scared the shit out of me. Like I've never been around that. I've never, like, you know what I mean?
What did he tell you?
What was the road? What's that old haunted road? Like a Lucas Bay Road?
I never heard this story.
It's like apparently a haunted road back there. He was saying he went there and like did something or whatever. Like said he killed somebody. But like, and then that's when my gun went missing. But I don't know who it was. It doesn't scare me.
Well, hearing that story,
yeah. But
do you think it could be Chris?
I mean, now, yeah. Honestly.
As Tyler is recounting that part of the story, I felt that he was telling partial truths, but we were trying to just not show any reaction, just keep him talking.
If you're scared of Nick or Bailey or someone else, or, you know, the best thing you do if you want to help yourself out is tell the truth. So, did you see Chris dead at any point? Okay. Can you tell us what happened?
Vic was telling me to go there. He thought we were just going to go do some like haunted stuff or like by that road or whatever. So like we went there And then he had my gun or whatever, and then just just shot him.
Nick shot Chris. How many times did you shoot him? Where? Then what happened?
Just shaking, scared my life. I don't know if he was gonna shoot me or what. I don't know. I'm not crying. This is like a scary.
I completely understand.
When he's talking about shaking and freaking out, he's showing no emotion at all. To me, his demeanor seemed like he's being dishonest, but we were extremely concerned with finding out where Chris was. So we didn't want to press too much.
So you're out there on Lucas Road. Who's with you? You?
Nick and Bailey.
Okay, so the four of you get out of the car, and what happens?
And we just walked into the woods and we just shot.
What was the conversation before the gun went off?
Nothing. We were just all walking through the woods.
So how did Nick get the gun? I mean, he just took it out of your car, or who had the gun when you guys got out of the car?
Because I was walking, and because he told me to bring it or whatever, so I was like, okay. And then he was like, hey, let me see it. And I was like, for what? He's like, oh, I just want to shoot it or whatever. So I was like, okay. And then I handed it to him.
How far were they standing?
Probably like that.
Okay, so 6 feet, give or take? Arm extended, or?
Yeah.
How? No, you can. You don't have anything in your hand.
Yeah, okay, yeah, not literally just like that. I could tell that he was reliving that moment. He appeared to be seeing Chris. He didn't see me standing there, and you could just see the blank look in his eyes. It seemed like he was the one that shot Chris, and he was trying to shift the focus to Nick.
He seemed to be giving us all the facts of the case, just downplaying his involvement at that point.
So did Nick say anything right after he shot him?
Nothing. He just was quiet, and then he was like, take this.
So he gave you back the gun?
Yeah, I didn't know what to do, so I just grabbed it and I went to the car.
He's telling us that Nick shoots somebody with his gun, with Tyler's gun, and then gives the gun back to him. At this point, you'd be able to point the gun at Nick if you want to. You'd be able to say, I'm leaving, I'm getting in my car, I'm not taking you with me, I'm going to the police. Just doesn't make sense.
So where's his body now? Like Lucas Road somewhere?
Yeah.
You think you can get as close to the spot?
Yeah, I mean, I could probably go over
That moment, Tyler was the lead in the homicide investigation. At that point, we did not have any physical evidence, and we did not have a body, so we charged him with obstruction of justice for impeding and hindering our missing person investigation.
He's just gonna pat you down, man. You got a handcuff key on your thing? Yeah. You just want to get him out and take the shackles off. Swing your feet around, man. We're going to take these leg shackles off real fast.
The entire time, he didn't put off an air of being scared. He was just cold and emotionless.
It looks
to the right a little bit, or something like that. Yeah. It's kind of like saying that you're 1, 2 o'clock. I think this is about the spot then. You want to check it out.
For me, in that moment, the lack of emotion just solidified that he was the one that shot Chris.
Be careful where you're stepping up. There's a crime scene.
shoes he was wearing that night?
So like blue Jordans.
In blue and white?
From where I'm standing, I can see shoes that appear to be the same shoes that Chris was wearing in the Snapchat from the night before he went missing. For me, that was probably one of the biggest moments of the case, because at that point you know that it's more than likely going to be Chris.
I remember telling my husband, he's gone. He's gone. I didn't want to believe it. I would have died for him. He was my world.
Once the body's found, we decided let's basically turn the heat up. We were trying to rattle Tyler. We're trying to get him to make a confession. As a law enforcement officer, you're actually allowed to lie in interviews. You just got to be careful as far as, you know, what you're lying about.
I just talked to the guys in Tennessee. They're saying, some boys there are saying he's the guy.
Sergeant Lent tells them that he just talked to Nick and Bailey and that they are saying that Tyler is the shooter. What he is saying is a lie.
We had not spoken to Nick or Bailey. We wanted to see if he changed his story or what his reaction was.
They saying that you planned this, you drove him out there, you had the gun, y'all walked out there, you gave the gun, you shot him.
No, I never had a problem with Chris, nothing, ever. And I'm not like that, man. I came from a good family, I promise you, man. Like, I would never do that to someone, ever.
They say you did it.
No. I'm telling you, I'm a good person. I would never in my entire life, ever.
You saying you was a good guy? Why didn't you call 911 whenever you left there? You just left him out there to die.
Because I was scared, man. I didn't know what to do.
This is your chance. I mean, did you do it? Did you kill him?
No. I'm being 100% honest on everything. No. I told you everything that happened. No.
So was it an accident? You shoot him by accident?
I never shot.
Or you just a monster and just say, hey, we're going to take you into the woods and blow your head off.
Oh, man, Nick had the gun. He's been, like, he scares me. He's been scared me ever since, like, he got, like, that's the type of person he is.
So for a normal person, if you are scared and you just saw somebody murder somebody, are you going to, one, take that gun back? And if you're truly nervous, now you have the only weapon. So at that point, why not remove yourself from the situation? But he's doing everything that Nick tells him to do, even when Nick no longer has a gun, which is kind of strange.
I know I should have told you guys. I've never been around that. I've never been in that situation. If you're surrounded by someone every day, you're going to get on each other's nerves.
All right, Tyler, sit tight. We'll be right back, okay? Sergeant Lent, this is my sergeant, okay?
Sergeant Lent is more assertive, more direct.
I've been sitting in another room listening to you, listening to everything you say. And all these guys have told me everything that's been going on for the last 3 or 4 weeks or whenever the hell this started. All right? You're how old?
23.
What do you plan on doing with your life?
Be the best person I can be.
Really? Where do you want to be that best person? Let me tell you right now, you're fixing to go to prison. Guess what's going to get done to Tyler? You're going from here, you're going to get charged with murder. You're going to be charged with killing Chris. Do you understand that? Look at me. Don't sit there and give me these crocodile tears. Tyler, don't sit here and bullshit me. Tyler, you've played the game in here long enough. You're involved in some that you would have never, ever been done if you were a good person. Because you don't go out to Lucas Bay Lights and bring a gun into the woods at night if you ain't got something planned. So be honest. This story, to be able to tell this story, shouldn't take you any more than 5 minutes, from beginning to end.
So that's what you think. You think I'm just that type of person. And I don't know where.
Yeah, I think you're the kind of person that takes a friend out into the middle of the woods.
From what representation, though? Is what
from your own words. You took your gun out of the glove box. You can smile all the you
want.
Smiling
right now.
You're smirking.
I'm not smirking.
You took your gun out of the damn glove box. You handed it to it. You say you handed it to another kid, who then shot your buddy. And then you all just, let's just go back in the car and go back to my apartment. It takes you a month to come forward and say,
I didn't know what to do.
No, you didn't know what to do. You're a good person. But good people, you know what they don't do? They don't leave a kid to lay out in the woods to get eaten by animals. That's what you did. You got him. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. You better talk.
It may appear that he lost his patience and left the room, but that's by plan. Lent, the quote-unquote bad cop, and Detective DeWitt being the good cop, that was pretty much our strategy at that point. After Lent's no longer in the room, hopefully Tyler is now going to open up to the other detective that's in that room. Because he's being nice and reasonable, I want to talk to him.
Is there anything else you could think of, anything whatsoever?
You know what happened, you know what the story is, you know where the body is, and stuff like that. I made a mistake. I should have came to you guys sooner, and I didn't know what to do. I had no idea. But now I gotta live with that. There's really nothing I can do to get away from this, or... No, I know that. I made a mistake, dude. Now I gotta pay for that.
He never came out and said he was the one who did it. But the interrogation of Tyler was critical because he put himself there. He was the only one who owned a gun. His story, it didn't make sense. It didn't all match up. What is important to consider in this case is that Nick and Bailey are from Tennessee. Meanwhile, Tyler is from around here. If any of them would be familiar with a local ghost story that is urban legend around here, it would certainly have been Tyler. Now, it was extremely important for the officers to talk to Nick and to talk to Bailey, for them to establish everything that happened during that shooting.
Try to relax, okay? We're just gonna have a conversation, all right?
Yeah.
He was like very thrown off his game because he was obviously seeing us from Myrtle Beach and Horry County. I'm sure that heightened his senses and the fact where it's like he knows why we're there.
So what happened? Am I going to jail?
Like I said, let's have a conversation and we'll kind of cross that bridge when we get to it, okay? All right, Nick, so keep it real with you, okay?
Yeah.
Obviously, we from South Carolina. I work for Horry County. You work for Myrtle Beach. We've been working on the case for quite some time now, okay? And we have reason to believe that you are involved in that case, okay? So we're going to go back to the night of the July 27th, 2020.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
I don't want to say anything.
Why? Take some deep breaths, man.
He told me, he was like, if you ever tell anybody, I'm going to give you and your grandpa. Please. Oh, I didn't have my grandpa. Please. Make sure you can't do nothing. Wait. He has my house key.
Take some deep breaths, man.
So please.
Just drink some water.
He was so emotional that he couldn't control himself.
It was important to try to settle him, make him feel comfortable and relaxed. There are times where you need to be softer and coax the information that you are trying to learn.
Boy, look for days, your side of the story, and we'll have a conversation. That's all we're going to do today, okay?
So tell me what happened.
Okay, stop. We did it.
Did what?
Shot him. Please don't tell him I told you.
So, Tyler's in jail. So he's not a threat to your family, okay? But, unfortunately, you got you wrapped up in this, okay? So we're just trying to see what you can provide to us as far as from your point of view, okay? To make sure we have the story correct. Okay?
Yeah.
So that's what we're looking for from you.
Okay, so we're in the car and we're driving.
Who was there?
Baby, Sky, and Tom.
Whenever you say Sky, who's Sky? What's his real name?
Chris. I guess Sky said something about his nephew or something like that and started making fun of him, and Tyler just looked at him like that was the last straw. They haven't really got along.
What else can you tell me?
We're just driving and I didn't know where the hell we were going, and how his face was on some old dirt road. And he was talking about some haunted forest or haunted something, and everybody was just freaked out. And we started walking, and he made sure he was behind us, and we all got somewhere wherever he wanted us to go to. We told us to stand in specific spots, and they just spooked him. I was terrified. I didn't know if I was going to die too, and I've never seen anything like that before, and I didn't know what to do.
So you didn't touch the body at all?
No, I promise I didn't. I swear to God.
Pulse, nothing. Just left him there.
I was scared. He just popped him in front of me.
One of the differences in the interview with Nick as opposed to the interview with Tyler, Nick was very upset and showing fear, a lot of emotion. He just seems to be saying what he's feeling and exactly what he's trying to convey.
He's actually scared of the whole situation compared to like where Tyler's very composed.
So why would he say you shot him?
Tyler said I shot him because Tyler shot him. Like, listen, bro. Like, I'm telling y'all the God's honest truth. I did not do it. He did it.
When you see someone get extremely emotional in the face of an allegation of a crime, moving around and waving around, usually they're being honest because they're worried and upset that you're going to believe false information. But with Nick, we thought to push him a little further and see if his emotions changed, if his demeanor changed, and if anything in his story changed.
And I have the proof that it was his gun. It was the first day I met him and he showed me. It was not me. I swear to God.
That's what y'all definitely lose right there. See that? What is it? Yeah, you tell me what that is. What is that? Show you a better picture. Look at that. Look at it. Look at it. See that? Y'all did that. See that? Look at that. Who's that right there? Who's this right here? Look at it! You see it? Who did that? What are we gonna tell his kids, man? Huh? Who is that right there? Look at it.
That's God, man. I didn't do it. I swear to God I didn't do it. I did not want none of that to happen to him. I swear to God. I swear to God on everything. I promise. I swear to God. Like, I'm the one who took him down there to see his kid.
And now he's dead.
It's not my
He's
fault.
dead.
It's not my fault, bro.
Even under that extreme pressure, he's still saying he didn't do it.
It's not my fault.
He's still naming Tyler the person that did it. So you're seeing him actually get frustrated, getting angry about the situation because he's being blamed in his mind for something that he didn't do.
Did you tell him the plan with Tyler?
No.
Contribute to the plan that Tyler had for this whole situation?
No. Neither did Bailey.
What percent of responsibility do you think Tyler has for this? What happened? 0 to 100. 0 being the least, 100 being the worst.
Like 100. He's the one who.
Let me ask you this. Bailey, what percentage do you think he is for this?
None. 0.
0%?
Yeah.
And what percent do you think you are related to this?
I couldn't say anything. I couldn't.
Just percentage-wise, do you think you have no responsibility for what happened?
I mean, I couldn't help it. So like maybe like 2 or something, but I can't just stop that. Because he was gonna do that to me too. Like, please, it wasn't me. I swear to God, it wasn't me.
Watching Nick, I think that his emotions were real in that aspect. Everything he said and the way he was reacting, I really believe that he was scared of Tyler at that point.
What made it believable was the fact that Nick was not just scared for himself. He was scared for his grandfather and for his family. He seemed to get more emotional talking about that.
All right, this is a voluntary statement. Everything you just told us, you be writing on paper.
All right.
Take time.
Thank you.
It's very important because Bailey hasn't had the finger point at him yet. So we wanted to really talk to Bailey because we figured that he'd be the most independent person. Is he going to say that it was Nick? Is he going to say that it was Tyler?
So here's the deal, Bailey. We ultimately know what happened to Chris. We know you were there. What we're looking for right now is to see how cooperative you're going to be with us. Because we don't need you getting in trouble just because your friends put you in a bad situation. Because nobody said you did anything, but you were there. What I need to know is, did Tyler shoot him? Or did Nick shoot him? Who shot him? Who pulled out the gun?
Tyler.
Tyler pulls out his gun and shoots who?
Chris.
How many shots?
Just one.
Okay. Make any direct threats to you?
I mean, he told me if something happened, he'd know.
Some other people we've spoken to said Nick shot him.
No, it wasn't. Now, just because he's my friend, don't mean I'm gonna stand up for him, because I don't think it's right. Either way. But it was Tyler.
Would you be willing to take a polygraph to show that you're not having provided any false information to us today?
Sure.
All right, just sit tight for me, all right?
After Bailey's interview, he wrote a written statement, and then he also drew a sketch where the vehicle was parked and the way they were standing in the woods. And it just strengthened our case and Nick and Bailey's version of events.
Bailey gave police all the information that he was able to, and he did not lie. Investigators determined that Bailey's involvement in this case was mere presence, and at that point, he was allowed to leave the police department. Bailey was never charged with anything related to this case.
The interrogations were extremely important in this case. The initial interrogation with Tyler was obviously the huge turning point.
Yeah, not the biggest like that.
All three interrogations put together gave us that timeline of events and the details of what happened that evening.
Normally, you can kind of keep yourself detached from cases. For some reason, this case, it was like Chris didn't do anything to kind of bring this upon himself. Like he's trying to go to work, trying to be in his child's life. We all really fought really hard to try to find the facts and the truth of what happened in this case to bring closure to his family.
I want people to remember Chris the way I remember Chris. The happy, joyful, witty, charming kid that he was. If I could say something to Chris right now, I would tell him that I loved him and hopefully one day I'd see him soon.